why it is important to live out your dreams now. So, I made a post today where I was talking about Juice WRLD and how he passed away. One thing that I want you guys to understand about this life, if you don't understand about it, it's not guaranteed. And the longer you all procrastinate about growing your fan base, living out your dream, things like that, the harder it becomes to actually do it. And you might, I'm not saying it would happen, but you might, leave this earth not even getting your dreams out there, living your dream in the first place. And it's just sad because it's crazy. So many times I see people procrastinating about what they're trying to do in life and overall the goals that they have. You don't want to pass away, man, thinking that, man, I got all the time in the world, and you actually don't. It's sad to see that the youth, are passing away like they are, but, you never know the day or the hour, as they say. I see people I grew up with, or people that we spoke to as a company, and they're still in the same place that they were at 3 years, 3 years ago. We talked to some of these artists, maybe even 6 months ago. They're in the same place that was there 6 months ago. I see some of these artists who we spoke with maybe even 2 years ago. I would say even when we started as a company 6 years ago, and they're in the same place. So it's either one of maybe two or three things. Number one, this is not for them, and they're not meant to be an artist. Number two, they think they got all the time in the world to get their career off the ground. Or number three, the way their life is set up, they got too many distractions, too many people in their ear, and too many bills to where they can't afford to put nothing into their career. Now, the third one, I think, is the one that is most common, and that's with people having so many distractions and responsibilities and negative people in their ear that they can't even focus on living out their dream at all. I think that's one of the most recurring problems, that people have. Because, I see it every day. Like, it shouldn't have to take Juice WRLD passing away for me to give an example. Like, life is real, guys. Like, you might not live out your dream. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to take that. But it's the real. It's the truth. That's why, I think Juice WRLD was 21. And I was 21 when I started Mic Check Global. I didn't wait around. I didn't wait for nobody's approval. I didn't do it because it was cool. It wasn't cool at 21 to start a business. I'm just telling you that right now. Back in 2013, the cool thing to do, well, most of the time we are 21, is to go to parties, chase girls, for the most part, that's it. You out of college, you got freedom, get a car, basic shit. Like shit that don't even matter 5 or 10 years down the line is what most people do in their 20s. And they think 20s is when you're supposed to party. But I'm not an old guy telling you this. I'm a young, successful black man at 27 telling you that that's not what you're supposed to be doing in your 20s. If you want to be popular and cool with your friends, then go ahead and trick off your 20s. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do. But you're never going to reach your goals doing that. And like I said, it should have to take Juice WRLD dying at 21 for me to give you this example, but some of you guys need to understand that life is short and you don't know when the day or the hour is for you to get up out of here. So you might as well use every day that you have to get closer to your dream. You might as well, because if you don't, it might pass up. And I think I gave the 3 options why people don't get to where they're trying to be, and the third one was distractions, people in your ear, and you got hella bills. But that's something that you can control. You can control how many distractions you got. You can control people being in your ear, and you can also control bills. Now, some people might say, well, how can you control bills? First of all, if you got a car well beyond your means, that's your problem. If you got a car knowing that you got to pay over $500 car note plus $300 for insurance, and you know that's well out of your means, that's your problem. People in your ear. If you got people in your ear, that's your family, your friends, or whatever, giving you bad advice, you got to lose those friends. It's like either one or the other. You'd rather be lonely and successful or have a lot of friends and be unsuccessful. And that's what I had to learn in my 20s. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have had any type of, business acumen that I have now if I wouldn't have did that in my 20s. And, the first thing is it might not be for you. You can't lose family. What do you mean by lose family? What you mean by that? If family is, some people in your family are giving you bad advice, you better not keep listening to them. You a fool to keep listening to somebody that don't know nothing about what you're doing and don't understand what you're going through. It doesn't make sense to keep listening to them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna restart this live. If y'all got any questions or anything, hop back in. I'm gonna bring some people in that's requested onto the live. So join back in.